themselves to be influenced by what he knew to be a cooperative component to his desire.
Right.
Yeah.
So the part that is kind of the point is that he will tell people and go and tell no one that this has happened.
Don't go make trouble for yourself. Don't go face reality. Don't go talk about it with others. Don't go into another room where doubt and fear owns the room and reactivate it in yourself. Don't calibrate backwards. You came way over here. Stay over here. Don't go home and talk about it. You'll go back over there.
The part that I wanted to underscore that I had heard and then followed up on my own is that there was one of those stories where the person, instead of being quote-unquote physically healed, was mentally healed. And he didn't tell them not to tell anybody. He actually gave them the direct opposite instruction to let them know that by, in their language, releasing the demons, they were healed.
So he said different things to different people for different reasons?
Yes.
So your confusion is?
No confusion. I thought that point or that story was important.
So what did he say? Did he say go forth and tell everyone, or go forth and tell no one?
In that one circumstance, he said tell people.
Tell people.
Tell people you've changed your thoughts. Tell people you've been released from the demons of
so
your own
what
mind.
do you think that a teacher knew about that person in that situation?
Their vibration.
Their calibration was secure, and they would not be dissuaded from their calibration because it was secure. And why would someone say to someone, go tell no one right now? Because they just got there. It's the first time they've been there in a long time. Their tendency to lean that way is strong. Isn't that logical?
Yeah.
And don't you know that about yourself? Aren't there some subjects where you stand stable and you can talk about it? It doesn't matter what anybody says. Haven't you ever had something that you wanted so much? Esther remembers when she found Jerry and Jerry found her, and they decided to run off and be together, and nobody in Esther's world thought it was a good idea. And Esther did not care what any of them thought. She loved them all deeply, and she said, I don't care. I'm going to do this. I don't care. I don't care. Because she knew what she wanted. Her desire was in alignment. It was an intention from before she was even born that was being satisfied. And that dominated the moment in time. The other day, she bought a couch and somebody didn't like it and it broke her heart. In other words, you're sure about some things than others. She felt insecure about the couch. She never bought a couch like that before. The house is different. It's a very contemporary house. She doesn't really understand contemporary stuff, so she brings things in and people go, oh. And she goes, oh, God. What am I going to do? We're just playing with you a little bit, but we're just pointing out that on some subjects you are tuned in to your power, and on some subjects you're not. And you have to know the difference, as in your example to us, Jesus knew the difference. So we say to you, go forth and tell all.
I will. Thank you.
If we were meeting someone for the very first time who was just now starting to get a whiff that they wanted to be the deliberate creator of their own life experience, and had just an inkling of an idea that it could be, this is the story that we would tell to them that we think would be the easiest for someone like that to hear. You're more than you know, but you've probably suspected that for a long time. But I mean, no, you are really, 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 really different than you know yourself to be. You're so much smarter and so much wiser, and you have so much more that you deserve. You have so much vibrational credentials and stuff saved up for you. There is so much good that you are entitled to. There is so much well-being that you were born knowing was yours. It's a legacy. It's gifts. It's a legacy of well-being that is huge. And I know you don't know it, very well because things around you have made you think otherwise, but I know this about you. So, if I were standing in your physical shoes, we would say to them if we were standing in your physical shoes, if I were standing in your physical shoes, I would let myself hope for outrageously wonderful things to come to me. And I would test the universe. I would say, universe, if I'm so good, show me. If I'm so worthy, show me. Not if I'm so bad, make it better. That's the opposite. That doesn't work. If I'm so good, show me. If I am a blessed being, then let the blessings start pouring into my experience. If I'm wise, let me be smart. If I'm blessed, then I want to be happy. This is a story that we would tell to them. You just got to play this game a little bit differently than you've been playing it. And just the slightest little shift in understanding who you are. Now, people come to a gathering like this, and Esther gives herself over to us and allows herself to express the vibrations through words that we are emitting to her in a close to flawless way. She rarely requires a, let's start that over again. Usually these days she's getting it right where we mean it to be in the first words out of her mouth. And so, those like you listen with varying degrees of interest or opinions about it. But for some, Esther appears to be someone really sure of herself and clearly thriving and happy, who is expressing maybe opinions just like a whole lot of people on the planet are expressing opinions, and offering some processes or some ways of looking at things that in most cases, like with most people, you could take or leave. And we get that because words don't teach. But we also know that as you listen and allow yourself to calibrate to who you really are, to that greater knowing, to that eternal knowing, and if you pick something up like, well, I think I'll meditate, I think I'll quiet my mind, I think I will just focus on the air conditioner for a little bit and see what happens.